back, everybody, to another segment of 120 Seconds. This is the final interview that I conducted at Camp Zool 3. This one is with S.O.N. I think if you're into horrorcore, this Juggalo shit, whatever you want to call it, I really suggest you check him out. He does it in a cool way, and I think that you'll dig it. He also has a lot of really cool shit to say in this interview, so obviously, I hope you check out the interview. Now, there was some audio issues. I'm hoping that my video editor, Moranis, can work some magic to turn that up a little bit. I've also sent a transcript of sorts of basically essentially really close to what he was saying or what he did say. So my apologies for that, but again, this one's important. I think it's a really good interview. Says a lot of good stuff. So check it out. And shout outs to the guys from Clockwork E who I knew were behind us fucking around, but I just couldn't do anything about it because I like to do everything I do in one take. So this is, again, the final interview from Camp Zool 3. Check it out. I'll be back one more time with a gathering overview, and then I'm going on vacation, and then I'll see you all at the gathering. So until next time, thanks, everybody. All right, I'm going to completely blindside you, so that'll be fun. I usually give just a little bit of notice. But anyway, this is Stockwell with Fable Lovers doing another 120-second segment. And again, we're doing the artist interviews here at Camp Zool 3. You've done all three of these?
Yes, sir. I haven't missed one.
Yeah, so S.O.N, that's who we have here with this boy MJ Lovecraft. I'm going to give them, or him, whoever speaks up here, again, in the honor of my 120-second segment in regards to doing album reviews, I'm going to give them 120 seconds to explain for maybe people who are completely unfamiliar what is S.O.N. Ready, go.
S.O.N. stands for something out of nothing. We all remember a black abyss before this life, and out of nowhere we were thrust into everything. I find that as humans, our superpower is overcoming adversity and making art out of it. Now that art is your alchemy, it is your magical practice. And what you see before you, what is on my face, what is on his forehead, around my neck, is our alchemical practice. I can't tell you the message because if I did that, you wouldn't listen. So we put it in symbology. We put it in the symbols. We put it in the music. We use the wicked shit and we wrap the message up in it quite nicely. So you can digest it. Maybe it'll mean something to you personally. I can say that me and my brother here have been doing this for quite a lot longer than you guys know. And eventually, when the time was right, it all stuck. So we can reach you. People like Mr. Stockwell here helped me get the message out, and I couldn't appreciate you guys more enough.
Again, you're not here. His voice is fucking shot. He just absolutely destroyed his voice and the stage at the same time. And again, just to all of you all, anybody who gives me 30 seconds to do these, man, I appreciate the fuck out of it. So, and so we try and keep. I try and keep what I do short, but so I basically ask like one kind of specific question, and then we'll get into some general questions. But so my specific question, and again, whether or not you choose to divulge is up to you. But it was just announced yesterday you're officially a part of LLE. And I'm gonna say this, and if I get a chance to talk to the Zool Boys next, if that's the plan, I hope I'm gonna say something similar. For those of you sitting on the couch and you're watching this right now, if you choose a side, one or the other, and you know what I'm talking about, it is my personal opinion. You're doing yourself a huge fucking disservice if you're not listening to guys like S.O.N. If you're into horrorcore, and where this thing started for the most of us, and if you want to use the term juggalo, that's completely fine with me because that's what I consider it. You're doing yourself a huge fucking disservice if you're not listening to S.O.N. I'll say it again. So I had heard originally that you may or may not have been, at one point or another, a member of AXE. Now, I don't know that I know the truth in that. And so that's why I'm going to go ahead and ask it, and then we can just clear it, and that'll be that.
So it wasn't announced, but yes, I remember we did one show where I was in the mask and whatnot.
Right.
Really, I had only laid down a couple verses at the time. One was for Move Back, and one was for a couple unreleased songs. That was right around the time my daughter was born. So I actually had to leave Portsmouth. I was living with Joe Black at the time. And when I left is around the time they brought Diabolic in and how that worked. And then after that didn't work, then they brought in Lee Carver and whatnot.
Okay.
But yeah, so I guess officially, unofficially, that is correct.
Right.
Correct.
Okay. again, it's one of those things where I think even people who are closely knit don't quite know how things all fit into the timeline there. So I appreciate that. Again, not for the more generic stuff. Let's say let's talk about the last project that S.O.N did or was a part of, and then we'll move forward to what's going on in the future. But let's start with what's your most recent project that you can talk about and give some details.
So Granite Size came out almost July. It'll be 2 years ago. That project.
2 years ago already, for real?
Almost July 23rd.
Yeah, wow.
Man.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm proud of that. That's my baby. You know what I mean? Honestly, man, it took time for me to understand what the artistic vision was going to be in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
So Granite Size was about a 4-year deal of me scrapping a project and fucking coming back to the drawing board. Eventually, when the time was right, when COVID hit, is when it really started to come together.
Okay.
That entire project really carried us to where we're at now. And I'm an album rapper. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of single rappers, there's album rappers, and I need to do a little bit of both, and I understand that. But I like to make a piece of art that people can chew on for a while, and the Hive has thrived off of that one core piece of art. So I'm really happy with it.
Okay, and then so we'll go ahead and move forward. And again, I'm assuming, and it's my assumption, generally speaking, when you get announced on a new label, it's because you've got something prepared, or at least almost prepared.
Yeah.
Is that true? Then?
So we are cooking something up right now.
Okay.
I indulged in the seminar I did. I'm starting a process called the Council of Nine. The Council of Nine are 9 deities that I am bringing to life as the father through the mind's eye of the Hive. Each one of them has like personal traits of my human ego inside of it, so that when I die, these things can be revived and communicated with through listening to the album. The first of the nine is King Umbra, the Bastard Son, but the actual album name is The Bastard Son.
Okay.
More details about a release date and everything will come out soon. I've been working on it, real life shit, balancing, you know what I mean? But
again, I learned from a legend. Shout out to God Goes and Say Poetry. This music shit we all do is fucking fantasy, man.
Yeah.
Like, even if you make it to the upper echelon of it's still just fantasy land, right? So so absolutely, your if you want to call them real life responsibilities always take precedent, right?
Absolutely.
Sometimes they're intertwined,
Absolutely.
but you're right. Since one always affects the other, right?
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah.
But also one fuels the other, so the pain from the regular life and shit fuels the heart. You know what I mean?
Absolutely. All right, and so do you have a rough estimate you think on completion or release or anything? Or
so myself and shout out to the Clockwork Eagle. We both had decided we had discussed that both of our projects were probably going to need to push back a little bit.
Okay.
The original plan was to have him out by this fall, but I think now it might be pushed back a little further. But because of that, there is a group project coming out between myself and Clockwork E this fall.
Right. Okay. And again, something that y'all missed on stage during the set, but maybe that'll get out of it.
We brought out Clockwork E and we did a fucking a new song off the project and whatnot. This shit went hard as fuck to my brothers, and I love them to death. Okay. So you guys will have content to chew on by the end of the year, as well as a couple singles and whatnot from myself personally.
All right, and I'm gonna give you your time, your moment to shine. You want to plug your socials, plug your projects.
I'm MJ Lovecraft. My voice is fucking shot.
Shot.
Fucking screams.
You have solo projects released at this point?
At the
working
point,
on?
no. There is past projects hidden away throughout the internet, so people can't find. I am currently working on a solo project right now.
Okay.
Release date currently unknown.
Right.
I'm having issues in the studio. I just lost my hard drive.
Yeah.
I lost a bunch of shit, but it's all getting worked on right now. All getting taken care of.
Cool.
And I've heard it, and it's dope as fuck.
All right, and then just the last video, just plug your socials. Any promo that you want to do. Fire away.
Listen, the IG, King of Dark Energy, at the little @ button. You can find me on Facebook, it's Charles B. Ray, or you can find me on there, S.O.N, like page, whatever it's called. My LinkTree, it'll take you to everything, is legionround.net. We're here to stay, motherfucker. If you're mad now, you're gonna keep being mad. Picking the side on some bullshit, man. Just on so much shit. It's another little world. I don't give a fuck. I'll say it.
That's what we are.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, the Juggalo world, man, it's too smart to be sitting up like that, man. We can do anything we set our mind to if we work together. I love all of y'all, even though you fucking Much love, man.
All right, thank you guys. Thank you. You know, always.
Love you, stop.
All right, links as always will be below. Click on them. Check out S.O.N. Check out MJ whenever something happens for him. Man, this has been an exciting weekend. Sorry if you missed out. Until next time, thanks everybody.
Long live evil, baby.
All right,
Thank you, brother.
thank you, man.
Anytime, man.
Marines done did that.